Good rainy afternoon, or almost afternoon. It's 10:51 a.m. so it's not really afternoon, I'm kidding. So good morning everyone. The tour is happening. What we are going to do over the next 10 or 12 or 13, 15 or so days is we're off to Turkey on 2 wheels. So today not as much interesting day driving wise. You can see it's a little bit wet, and today mostly motorway traffic ahead of us. First off throughout the Czech Republic, setting off from Prague to Brno, then to Slovakia, Bratislava, and then throughout the entire Hungary, all the way south to the Serbian borders, off to Serbia, and hopefully continuing also off Serbia to Bulgaria. And the aim for me today, to be honest, because it's already almost 10 o'clock, is to drive as far into Bulgaria as possible, closest to the border with Turkey or Türkiye, and sleep somewhere in Bulgaria tonight. I will find some nice place later on today when the time is right for it. Don't know when yet exactly. Around 4 o'clock I will start looking for accommodation, depending on how the driving goes, how far I am able to make it. Of course, I'm fairly flexible with this tour, so I have no fixed day-to-day plan. It's just I told to myself that today is getting as close as possible to Turkey, and on Monday the tour starts, crossing into Turkey, hopefully still before lunchtime. The earlier the better. And then I'm going to continue along the Aegean Sea into the south of Turkey, and the night probably between Izmir and Bodrum or earlier. That will be decided, of course, tomorrow. So let's take it step by step. Today a lot of countries, a lot of driving along the straight line. It is 10:51, so even it took me a little bit longer time. I was doing some packing yesterday, not necessarily clothes and stuff I need for myself, but stuff I need for recording, and that over the course of time somehow I have to optimize. But it is what it is. It's my first time, so excited, not scared, but just thinking, yeah, it's a solo trip, so anything can happen, right? Let's not think about that and see what the challenges are and what the life brings for our journey around Turkey over the next 2 weeks. So first thing, clearing from Prague, from my eastern part where I live, to the south, D1 motorway throughout the Czech Republic. If we are lucky, it's clearing up a bit in the southeastern direction where we are driving. It was soaking wet over the past couple of days. I was already thinking maybe it would make sense to start a day later or something like that, but no. The weather is with us, so hopefully. So once we clear up Prague, we'll be going, so I'm not going to do the footage now, because there's probably not much for you to see. Whenever there's something interesting, or I have a stop, or I just want to do an update, I'll switch on the camera and do an update. We're on the way to Turkey. Right now, Vysočina region in the Czech Republic, near Humpolec-Pelhřimov on the D1 motorway towards Brno. Shortly I will be taking a quick break to refuel, grab some coffee, water, and we will continue with what I have been doing for the past hour or so. On the straight line, out of the country, into the Slovakia, into Hungary, into Serbia, and into Bulgaria by the end of the day today. As you can see, the weather is lovely, hopefully not just for now. Temperature 20 degrees Celsius. Absolutely lovely weather. Pelhřimov, Havlíčkův Brod exit. And Havlíčkův Brod is the city where I originally come from, so I know this part of the country very well as well. This autumn, at least in this part of the world where I live, we went straight from the summer into some sort of a rainy, greyish weather most of the time. So there were not very many opportunities within the 1000 kilometer range to do much of a motorcycling in most of September, and quite a lot of time in October so far. But as you can see, right now, lovely weather, all good. So I'm very, very, very happy that the weather starts to working out for this trip, and hopefully it stays like that for most of the time. I've seen the weather map for Turkey, looks lovely. Effectively temperatures on par with what's going on here in the summer. Those trees alongside the road over there, that's lovely. We'll take this petrol station for a quick stop and into the fog. Alright, 17 degrees Celsius. Recording this for the Place 17 Adventures YouTube channel. Not the time for lunch yet, let's just quickly grab petrol. Alright, that's good. $17 and 11. Nice. We are in Brno, near Brno, on the way en route to Turkey. Exit here. On the motorway to the Slovakia southeastern part of the Czech Republic and then crossing into Slovakia. Should be something no more than an hour, 45 minutes from here to Bratislava. There is probably nothing interesting. I'm switching off the camera again and then we'll switch it on later on. See you in a bit. I'm about 2 hours and 5 minutes into the journey en route to Slovakia, just on the edges of the Czech Republic and into the Slovakia shortly. Not much traffic today whatsoever so far, that's good. Lovely weather, 20 degrees again. In that area, when we were having a little bit of the fog, it was 15, 17-ish Celsius. Not too bad, but definitely much warmer right now. As you can see, getting out of the Czech Republic into Slovakia, no problems whatsoever. Getting from Slovakia into the Czech Republic, there are these supposedly temporary border crossing checks. Hopefully they are temporary. According to the Czech government, the Czech Republic is under threat from illegal immigration from the people affected by ongoing war in Syria, not Ukraine, Syria, which effectively is the same thing. It's Putin's war as well, but let's keep politics aside for this. I expect there will be no traffic, no queue on the exit from the Czech Republic to Slovakia. Funny, eh? We are in Schengen space and this is happening in 2022. A bit stranger world than what we've been used to over the past 20 years, but I guess that's life. At least we are no longer in the COVID madness and at least we can travel. Slovak Republic, cross the river and here we go, Slovakia. Hours, 11 minutes into our journey out of Czech Republic, or Czechia if you want to call it like that. I hate that, but probably what can I do? Czech Republic to me sounds better, but anyway. Out of the country where I was born, off to Slovakia for a short run. We will not stay long here. Around what could be something like an hour or something before we cross to Hungary. I'll have to stop in Slovakia here somewhere at the petrol station to clear up my visor, which is full of protein, full of bugs, flies and whatever, and that happened over the past 1 hour or so. 150 kilometers since we last stopped by for the petrol, Range around 92 kilometers. Might be a little bit more. It's not very accurate on this Ducati Multistrada. Well, it's not accurate on any bike, but I usually do something like 200 to 250 kilometers per tank. 250 to 300 sometimes, depending on the driving style. What you see ahead of us are the outskirts of Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia, where we reached in about 2.5 hours since our departure in Prague. Soon I will have to go again for a quick pit stop, petrol, coffee, clean up the visor before we continue over to Hungary. Through the tunnel, later to cross the Danube River on one of the motorway bridges, not the central town bridge, but we will have a view on that one. There you go, the famous Bratislava bridge and the Bean Castle over there. And usually when I drive to Bratislava and Budapest, I'm en route to Romania, either for pleasure or business or both. So would be lovely to just have a quick stop on the way back, if time permits. Now the nearest petrol station, petrol, quick check of the bike and the luggage and everything. Might actually take out the camera for the top box that I prepared, or maybe the one on the side here. Maybe I could do a time lapse. Would be nice, and then do something clever with that. We'll see. Budapest 189 kilometers, Győr 70. And Hungary not very far away from here. The famous Petržalka part of Bratislava. And here is our petrol stop. Almost as before, 17 liters again. So, time to go. Nice and clean again. Alright, ready to go further. The sat-nav says it's about 3 hours, 24 minutes to the Serbian borders. Hope we will make it there a little bit earlier, we will see. The weather is nice, there should be no problems whatsoever. I'll put this time-lapse camera on as well, just to see. That could be a good experiment. So let's go. I've got the key here, way out, in between the loads and loads of lorries, and we'll continue a little bit more further into Hungary. We should reach the border soon. I don't know what the camera behind me will do. Hopefully nice and steady. So that you get some nice time-lapse footage as well from this trip. Full tank. Cable management needs to be fixed a little bit later. Looks ugly. 3 hours, 18 minutes to Serbian borders. Let's just get the boring bit cleared as soon as we can. This is the border area into the Hungary. All the way to Budapest, and welcome to Hungary. Now it's fixed. My windscreen seemed to be moving along the way down with the vibrations. It wasn't properly fixed. Now all good. Basically need myself to hide behind the windshield, not to have so many flies and bugs smashed on my visor. Alright, a little bit of a boring bit, so I'll speed it up for you. I will use for the speeding up footage the time-lapse that is being captured by the camera behind me. And I see you in a bit. We are just on the outskirts of Budapest. Just taking the M0 ring to avoid the city. and effectively arriving at the Serbian borders. Looks a bit busy, so we will see if we can do a little bit of optimization here or not. So before it gets dark, a little bit of an update. I've just crossed the borders to Serbia, so I'm now in Serbia officially, and I will now be looking for petrol, something to eat, coffee, something to drink, and then I need to have a look into the map and see how far I want to go today. Whether I will find a hotel near Belgrade or Niš or where exactly. So let's go a little bit further. Now the bike shows temperature 25 degrees, which of course that's not the case, because it was fairly hot. Me queuing in the fairly long queue into Serbia. Let's just stop by for a moment. I just need to fire up the map. Nice, lovely little parking space. Might be something for my night today. I don't know. I'm just improvising right now, because I just want to see how far into Serbia probably I can still go. I will add Niš as a waypoint stop. It's basically now showing me the route all the way towards Edirne. No problem to keep going, at least until either Belgrade, which is not far, would be there probably too early, or all the way to Niš. I'll just keep going, because usually I can keep going until midnight, and until midnight is quite a few hours still. And of course the border crossing took a little bit longer than usual, but that's life, that's how it works. Somehow the beauty of Schengen space unlearned me those things that you have to go through at the borders when leaving the EU Schengen space. Anyway, I think that's it for now. I'll take this petrol station here, just to be on the safe side, and fill up, maybe refuel myself a little bit as well, and I'll speak to you later. Okay, so quick stop for food. Nothing fancy, you can see what it was. That was the first meal I had today. Other than that, I just kept myself hydrated. I just wanted to go and crack on. And so for today, I'm going to sleep in Niš. Just booked a hotel, and I should be there around midnight, so that should all be fine. I should be arriving there 30 minutes before midnight, and we'll have a good sleep and continue tomorrow. Wallet, keys, the passport I've put here, right? Let's get going again. I'm looking forward for the bed. Let's just switch on the mobile so that I've got the sat-nav there. It's getting chillier, 13 degrees, I mean, that's still very good. And I did close this, yeah. Clean visor. What a treat. So what you see ahead of us is effectively outskirts of Belgrade. For the night in Niš, where I don't think I've stayed ever before in Niš, so it's my first time. I've stayed in Belgrade a couple of times in the past. The sat-nav says you can see Danube River on the left. I don't know. I can't see anything. 2 hours and 30 minutes to conclude the day. 251 kilometers. I was supposed to go there, I think. Yes, I was supposed to go here. To leave the motorway and come back. There's nothing else I can do. Have to take this exit. But anyway, I don't want to argue with the sat-nav today too much. And through center of Belgrade. The Belgrade airport on the right hand side. Niš 247, that's where we're going. Police and so many cars. I don't know if that was an accident or what it was. Just wanted to slow down and not to drive past them at speed. Belgrade town center, vibrating place, lovely place, definitely a place to visit if you are in the area. crossing the Danube River. A sneak peek of the city center. And slowly but surely leaving Belgrade. Goodbye. And heading off for Niš.